Hey guys, it's me, it's your host Karanis. So today's mini guide is gonna go over fishing and trading. Just a lot of you are probably wondering, like, make some silver guides. It's like, okay, so this is probably one of the more easier ones that I'm gonna go over before I head into like cooking and other stuff. Silver for fishing is actually pretty easily done. So today's mini guide, I'm going to go over basically how to make silver with fishing. You can make quite a massive amount of money, and I do mean massive. I'm talking about like 20, 30 mils or whatever, 40 mils kind of thing. One thing you want to get is triple float rods if you're able to. I don't remember if there's a level requirement on those. There is a skilled level 5 requirement on those. So when you first start out, obviously I'm going to try and put this in the perspective of, you guys don't have the benefits of massive inventory slots or the resources that obviously my character has built up over the course of my gameplay. So first thing, if you got a bit of cash, try and find yourself an epheria rod off of the marketplace. Epheria fishing rod. The reasons being with this is because it has a high durability and you can repair it, and it has no level requirements, which is the top thing that you want the most. This is mostly an AFK activity. If you do the manual way, that's how you get the big money. If you do it the AFK way, you'll get small amounts of money, but it's great for like kind of things like when you go to sleep or go to work kind of thing, and then you can still come back and yield about like 3 to 7 mil kind of thing, depending on what you're doing and how you're gonna sell off your goods when you go dump them. So epheria rod, try and make it +1, 2, or 3. Enhance it with a few weapon stones, or I think it was armor stones. I don't remember. I think it was weapon stones. And then the enhancing of an epheria rod will increase its durability and the maximum durability. So that means you get longer AFK time and you got a bigger pool of stuff. But then you should kind of make that hand in hand with your inventory space. So the more inventory space you have, the more fish and more relics and other things you can carry from fishing, which means more money overall. If you need inventory slots, obviously do your suggested quests for inventory expansions. And also, if you need even more, you can either, Pearl Shop is the fastest way, and then also loyalties is another way. I highly recommend getting storage instead of inventory space though, but it's up to you depending on what you want to do. The most important thing that you want to work towards is a balenos rod. I haven't really experienced any differences with a Medea rod. I have a Medea rod at +5, and I've not seen any kind of differences when it comes to larger like more rare catches. Same with the Calphion rod. The Calphion rod is more used in the ocean of fishing. I call this the Lost Ocean because you basically have no map in here, so I'm going to refer to Margoria as the Lost Ocean. Basically like the desert of the waters. So the benefits of fishing in the ocean here is that the catch real time is much faster than on the mainland. Mainland fishing is generally anywhere from 25 to 45 seconds per catch before your character starts auto-reeling. Mainland is that the fishes are also lower tier quantity. You'll find more rares of blue and yellow fish in the ocean. And the ocean proc time is about like 10 to 15 seconds each time. And there's about 3 different kinds of yellow fish in the ocean, and 3 different kinds of blue fish, and only 2 different kinds of green fish. So out of that pool of like table of fish that you can grab, you'll highly likely find blue and yellow fishes when you're overnight kind of thing on a ship. The only other thing is that there's dangers of people could be PKing you. You could be stuck in a thunderstorm, get boarded by a ghost ship. They'll rip your ship down and then you sink kind of thing. Other things are like sea monsters or pirate ships are in the middle of the ocean as well that could aggro and kill you. So you should probably find like the outer edge outskirts of the Ross Sea, which is generally more safe in some sense. The other thing with the ocean though is that you have to uncover the section of the ocean where your fish is being caught. If you don't uncover it, then when you actually go and sell your fish, they'll only be worth 30%, which is not what you want. You lose all your money basically and you've gained practically nothing. Ocean also has a higher drop rate for relic shards. I think the most I got overnight one night was 14 relic shards. So that's about 600 to 700k depending on the market. 600 times 14 of them. It's like that's like 6 mil. 6 mil, 6 times 4, and then 8.4 mil. It's like 8.4 million gold just from that alone. And then all the fishes I sell off at either a trader If you're going to take it trading, then you would also take it all the way to Port Ratt here if you got it connected with Lima Island. Especially if you fish it like somewhere from this edge distance over here where my mouse pointer is. The thing here is that the further you are from here, the bigger distance bonus you get and the more money you'll get. That is how trading works. Trading works on connected nodes, which brings me into the trading part of this video as well. Trading, as you can see here, I have my world practically almost fully connected. I'm missing one CP here just to connect Valencia all the way to Port Ratt as well. I've discovered that the maximum distance bonus you can get is 150%. It doesn't seem to exceed that amount. From Trent to Port Ratt, it's only 133%ish. But by the time you hit about Alta Nova over here, this is already 150% from there to all the way there. As well as Valencia is like, obviously it's going to be massive, but I would transport all my goods over, use my Master 2 buff. Take the Master 2 buff like from sharing or whatever. Where the hell is sharing? Sharing over there. You grab that. Then afterwards you drive yourself into the sea. If you got a traveler's map, eat a traveler's map, teleport yourself all the way over, have all your goods already stored in Port Ratt, and then walk over and start trading and make massive money. Right now I've got about 68 mil worth of stuff here, and then like I've got like 111 insect ambers from Treant Forest. That's also from gathering. All those things are stored up, and then afterwards when I go dunk it later, I measured it at about 60,000 per insect amber already. That's without the Master 2 trading buff, so if I take the Master 2, it's close to about 140,000 each after bargaining as well. So that's a big fat chunk of cash just sitting waiting there for me to go turn in. What else was I going to say? So for manual fishing, there are 2 invisible hotspots that I know of that will help you out fishing very well overnight. I think you'll find a lot of blues and gold fishes there. Make sure you turn off the throwaway trash items when you're fishing, because you will find more rare stuff than you will, and the trash items will proc more often, but then you want to fish for all the good stuff. So when you come on, it's everything's maximized. There's one right here by the shore of Velia. This is a very famous spot. You'll see plenty of people standing there fishing all the time. That's an invisible hotspot. There's another one out here in the middle of the ocean. It was either right here, because I remember it was like a triangle formation was how I determined it. It was either right here or it was up here or over here. One of these 3 spots. I don't quite remember. There's an invisible hotspot where you can get a lot of porgy and spotted sea bass, I think, or it was eye spotted puffer or something. But there's a lot of porgy fish over there as well, and it's an invisible hotspot. The other thing with hotspots is that you'll see those seagulls flying around the let's see if I can spot any from the shore here. Oh, I can't spot any from the shore here. You'll see seagulls flying around in the sea. Sometimes it's not visible to you. Other players might be able to see it because that's based on your fishing level. So the higher your fishing level is, the higher you can see more hotspots in the ocean. The biggest thing is that when you do a lot of hotspot fishing and you sail around in a ship, if you look closely at the fish models, it'll show you what to do, or like what kind of fish it is. Coelacanths have, I call them cocaine fishes because they're literally like massive drug money. But coelacanths is they are like a 200k fish, and they have hotspots. They're only allowed 1 fish, so 1 cast. Once you drop your line in it, the hotspot will disappear immediately, and as long as you don't pull your rod back out, you will trigger a coelacanth pull up for yourself. The other thing is, if you spend 10 energy, you have a chance to get 2 extra fish. Every 5 energy is +1 fish, and at 10 energy is +2 fish. And if you use a triple float rod, you can get +2 more fish. So if you're really lucky, you can throw a triple float into the coelacanth hotspot, and then you'll get 5 coelacanths, which is 200k each. Alright, so the deal with when you get the 5 coelacanths, or basically when you start doing active fishing, every fish that you catch, you have 24 hours to turn it in somewhere, right? Coelacanths cannot go to Imperial Delivery. One thing I want to mention is that Imperial Delivery is where you want to drop all your fish off at. The drop-off points is one at Velia, and one at Port Epheria as well, another one at Glish, another one at Splashing Point, and another one all the way at Valencia. How the Imperial Fishing Delivery works is that it is channel based and it is also server wide. So if somebody else dunks all their fish there first, you cannot sell your fish there until it resets, which happens every 3 to 4 hours kind of thing. It's like a strange range. There's a few timers out there. You can find it on resources. I think I already put one of the resources there in the previous video on like the gathering guide or something. And what happens is that when you trade them into the Imperial Fisher, he'll take them in for 250% of the price, and he won't have any reductions. The fish won't degrade. The only fish he won't take is expired, so basically 24 hours has passed on after the fish and you cannot sell it anymore. If you ever have any expired fish, you should actually just try and dry them and then turn them into dried fish, and then you can use it for cooking materials or something else. Use it to make good feed, fried fish, various other things. Imperial Fishing Delivery is really good because also every 10 fish that you turn in, you can also use those 10 seals to get magic fluid collectors, which also go for 440k. A lot of people will buy them, or you could use it for yourself to try and get yourself sharpened hard shards. A lot of that is if I keep going about that, it goes into a massive tangent, which is why I try to section these videos off into their own little department. But this is mostly about fishing, a little bit about trading. I'll make more about trading later on. I hope this kind of helped you out. There's not too much else I can really explain to you. Oh, Imperial Fishing is that you also need the nodes connected. So if your node is not connected from the origin of where the fish was caught, you need to connect it somehow. Fish will generally have an origin saying where you caught the fish from, and then it has to be connected to where the Imperial Fisher Delivery is. You can't just drop it off there. So Valencia is almost always sold out because, you know, everybody goes there and sells there. If you sell it off there, you're really lucky. Port Epheria is also quite often sold out from time to time. Glish as well. Splashing Point not too often because not too many people have this connected, but even then it's still from time to time is sold out. Valencia is hardly ever sold out because, you know, not a lot of people have this insane amount of CP to connect the whole world like I do. So that's one of the benefits of that. Otherwise, you can always take it to a trader as far as you can, and then just dump it off like in Trent, for instance, which is much closer, or Altanova, or even Sandgrain Bazaar, if you have them connected. And you can still make quite a bit of money from there after trading. It's about 2 to 3 mil, but overnight it can be anywhere from 1 to 3 mil. And then your extra money is most of the large portions of money come from relic shards. The biggest part about fishing is if you have a balenos rod plus 10. If you have a balenos rod plus 10, it shortens the auto fishing time about 25%. The base time is 3 minutes, so that cuts it about by a quarter, so it's about 40 seconds off. And if you've been around in the game, then penguins as well help reduce that by about like another 10-15%, I think. And then if you got polar bears as well, those stack as well. Polar bears are only gained from buying a game pass for your friends, and then they get the level 30 kind of thing, and then you can claim either pearls or the polar bear. Polar bear also increased weight, which is crazy, but yeah, those are other ways. Other than that, have a penguin out and then eat an Arahaza special. Arahaza special shortens time by 5% as well, all stacks. And make sure you have fishing level 5. Try to get yourself a fishing outfit level 2 or plus 2, which will give you 2 fishing levels. And then if you also have a guild that gives fishing ability plus 2, then you'll also have that. Then you'll be at plus 4. And then at the final part, the last chunk, if you still need another one more, try to get yourself a high level, I think it was a blue tier alchemy stone of life, and it will give you fishing level plus 1 at a low level. And then you'll have 5. And then afterwards, you can always just check mark this box, activate Elkstone here. Or you could spend Pearl Shop and try and buy the Splatfisher outfit if you plan to go swimming, or you want to have a bit of a better fishing level plus 1 from non-items. And that's it. So I hope this helped you out, guys. I hope this gave you some information. If you want some digits, the digits are basically from taking coelacanths to epheria, from epheria to Valencia, and with a Master 2 trading, that is pretty much a 1 million per coelacanth, as in like full 1 million when you drop it off. If you do it from Velia, I think it was about 600 to 700k, but you'll find it much more often here. There's also a lot of other people that fly out from here quite often that just within this coast, right in this cove area here, there's a lot of coelacanth hotspots. And most people that have done it a lot, what they do is they drop a line, channel shift, and then, like, you know, they keep shifting channels every 15 minutes. For Imperial fishing delivery, there's a 10-minute cooldown for any kind of Imperial delivery after switching channels, and you cannot deliver for 10 minutes after switching channels, so you have to wait and stand or do something. So those are your barriers. There's also a lot of hotspots here as well. If you don't have to exactly chase coelacanths, if you actually just chase hotspots themselves, that'll also level up your fishing really quick. And hotspots always give guaranteed gold fish. Even if you just triple float into the regular fishing spot areas here, you can take it all the way to like Sandgrain or whatever and don't even have to cross the desert, and you don't need Master 2. And you'll still make a buttload of cash. You'll still make quite a bit of cash. I've seen some people make like 50 mil a day just from fishing. And others are like, wow, how the hell does that happen, right? That's how that happens. One of the more advanced tricks is if you got a sail ship like me, you sail out to somewhere over here, you fish like nuts, you get a full inventory, literally like 190 slots, and then like 25 filled up in the ship, and you take like some trade goods as well. Then you eat a traveler's map and you teleport all the way over to Port Ratt, and then you sell your fish there, and it's like 150% bonus on top of like a trader bonus as well, so it's like 250%, and then you bargain on top of that. And then you got the guaranteed price of the fish of 100%, and it's much higher than an Imperial delivery. And then you can make millions and millions like that. Money! But anyways, guys, that's just one of the methods that I just kind of mess around and make money with. Other than that, there's not much else to go about fishing for now. Harpoon fishing is more of a mini game. I highly suggest if you're going to do harpooning, do it in the ocean. The proc time is much faster, and you'll find a lot more rare fish that way, and it's the most active way of fishing. Bit of an annoying mini game after a while, but I mean, if you like fishing and you like just chilling out at the sea and have a friend like on your sailboat shooting at sea monsters, you could do multiple things at a time. Especially if you got like 2 ships or 3 ships with you, and then you just go as a fleet and just spend kind of like half the day out there, and then you could also build up your guild funds really quick too if you kill a lot of sea monsters, like 100 mil or something per sea monster kill. Make sure you got like some upgraded ship gear. Do all sorts of things. So, you know, that's just a segment of like what goes through my mind when I'm playing Black Desert. Until then, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this truly helped you out and gave you some methods and pathways and guidelines to making yourself some mad money. Until then, I'll see you. Bye for now. Alright, so some late night fishing yielded this coelacanth from the Randis Islands on the western side of the map. Let's see how much I can get this for. Come on, give it to me. Oh, god damn it. I only got like 5 of them. The distance is only 96%. I thought it would be more, but it's not. That's 956k each one at 130%. Oh my goodness. How come this one's 1 million? Oh, these ones haven't degraded yet, so they do degrade every like 2 hours, so you lose 5%, which is 50k. So that's 5.8 mil from like 6. Get a triple flow and go nuts. Use 10 energy shots. Oh my god, that's so much money.